Everybody, what is going on? It's Bill with Franklin Loan Center, and hey, I'm gonna jump on the coattails of my buddy Carl Kuzer, who did a post earlier this week about the U.S. going over $40 trillion in debt. Yes, that's 40 plus 12 zeros to get there, right? And so, like, that's a shocking number. It's terrible. Like, we can all connect with that. By the way, 1% of $40 trillion is 10 billion. Well, 1% of $1 trillion is 10 billion. So it's $400 billion a year is 1% of our current debt, right? And interest rates aren't at 1%. But why does this matter, right? Why do I care in real estate? Here's why. It's pretty straightforward, right? So how does the federal government fund its deficit spending every year? They fund it by selling bonds, treasuries. That's how they fund it, right? So turns out all the mortgages in the U.S., well, the majority of mortgages in the U.S. also get funded by the sale of bonds. Those two bonds are in competition for each other, right? So when there's too much supply, what do you have to do to be able to attract people to buy either bond? You have to raise the yield. Yield equals rate, right? So the only way to do it, to attract more people into more supply, you have to give them more money, right? So that's just going to drive interest rates up. So all this talk about affordability, we're going to drive affordability down. This is like the hot button for politicians right now. They are full of shit. The only way, in a meaningful way, they're going to bring down or improve affordability is going to be by actually getting this budget under control, get the necessary bonds that need to be sold down, and that will bring interest rates back down, right? So really simply, that's how it works. And here's the crazy thing. I just looked at some charts, like deficit spending right now. So if you take COVID out, right? Because deficit spending was out of control during COVID for two reasons. One, they were doing massive stimulus, and the receipts, so for tax receipts, were way down, right? So that was out of control. But now you look at that chart, you can pull it up. The St. Louis Fed has the most amazing charts. You can put almost any federal data into it. It'll tell you exactly, give you a great chart for it. Deficit spending is right now, again, when you take COVID out of there, the worst it's ever been. Here's another really disturbing thing is the federal budget, the federal spending. This one blew my mind. Federal spending is actually now hovering higher than it did during COVID. Right? So you think about all the stimulus, all this other stuff that was going on. We're now above that without stimulus for the economy, right? So we're just ripping through money. No one's being remotely serious about trying to do anything about this. And until they get serious about it, they're not being remotely serious about affordability. So that's all I have. I'm Bill. I'm with Franklin Loan Center, and I'll see you all next week.